Hey guys, welcome to Morning Chat. Yeah, that's right. Even though I'm filming this at night, it's going to be Morning Chat by the time it goes up. Yeah, this is the one with the Godzilla effect. This phone, we got to watch it. Come on, Sony. What the heck? Yeah, did a few things today. I hit the gym, filmed a few things to merge into this video. Oh, I got some more turmeric, some fresh turmeric. Yup, that's back. We're back on with that. That was not what was causing the problem. Nope. I don't think that had anything to do. I think that's healthy. And I am still in suspense. I'm waiting for the blood work from the laboratory. Yeah, I'm under a lot of pressure, guys. I got a cruise coming up. It's that time again. I have to do some serious work. I got to pack up. I got a whole bunch of stuff to take care of. I've been under immense pressure. This is insane. I shouldn't have booked these cruises so close together. This happened to be, what happened was last year, the offers have an expiration date, and I was kind of afraid they might not renew my offers, So I was like, let me book these cruises now while I still have cruise offers. Yeah. And this cruise was booked, it was a whole year ago. I didn't know they were going to throw me even better offers. Yeah. I did so many offers. It's insane. And now it's like cheaper for me to be on the cruise. It costs me more money to be home than it does when I'm on the cruise. Can you believe that? Yeah. No joke, guys. Long as I don't lose too much in the casino. So yeah, we're going to talk some Sarasota. I got my notes right here, mateys. Me notes. Yeah, guys, to be honest with you, Sarasota, man, his vids. I don't know what's going on. Is Miss T around? Is Granny Warbucks back in town? Something might be up with that. I'm a little wondering about it because supposedly she went up to like North Carolina, so she's in the area, and that might be why he's camping out where he is. He could drive over to see her, because today he only put out 2 vids. Earlier in the day they were out. One was kind of he kind of changed the name up on us. Instead of Crushing It for Christ, he calls it Eyes on Jesus. Yeah. He did a religious video. Preacher Tim came out. And then the other one he did was his breakfast video. Jimmy Dean sausages and eggs. Jimmy Dean. You remember that guy? He actually was in one of the James Bond movies. I think it was Diamonds Are Forever. And he had an accent, a weird accent. He was like, "This is Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean talking here." And they had like a voice box, electronic thing, so Blofeld could get on the phone and he could talk like Jimmy Dean. He would talk into it, and then it would come out as Jimmy Dean. Pretty high tech, right? That's kind of like AI. They had that back then. I don't know what year that movie was filmed. I think it might have been the late 60s even. Hell of a flick. Diamonds Are Forever. And I think it had Sean Connery as Bond. Would that be Sean Connery? Now, you know what? I don't know if that was a Roger Moore now. I remember the guy Q. Remember Q? The inventor guy that was on the Bond flicks. He went through the casino. It was called the White House. That was the name of the casino. And, I'm just coming back to me. Jimmy Dean played this guy, Willard White. And he ran the White House Casino. So what happened was the villain, Blofeld, kidnapped him. And then he was calling the shots, and he was up secluded in the White House penthouse. And he had that voice box. So he was like, "This is Willard White. What's going on over there?" He had like a conglomerate going. That thing was insane, like a company. So Bond went in there. Long story short, Q, he's the inventor guy. He had like a synchronizer, electromagnetic synchronizer, he claimed. And that was when the machines were all mechanical. So he was able to get the machines to hit and pay out with this device that he brought to the casino. That would never happen in real life. You would be picked up on security if you brought that into the casino. Back then, though, who knows how good the cameras, if they even had, they didn't have the camera technology they have now. So you could probably get away with a lot more stuff if you did like tricks in the casino, like card counting and shenanigans like that. Hell of a flick. James Dean. So, the Jimmy Dean, this is a weird story, right? I think it's the same damn guy. He was like a farmer, or he ran a company that did farms, and he has a bunch of breakfast stuff. Yeah, he's got sausages, he's got breakfast sandwiches. It's like, "Jimmy Dean, this is the best damn breakfast you've ever had. You've ever eaten in your life." So anyway, Sarasota cooked up this huge thing of Jimmy Dean sausages. He cooked up enough for a couple families, and he's going to eat all those sausages himself with a greasy egg. Some eggs that he cooked up. I don't know. Yeah, those are fatty sausages. I don't know about this. I'm not convinced, guys. I'm not convinced about this carnivore stuff. I'm especially with what I've been going through, where I got that blood work and trying to get a physical done and stuff. I was like, man, thank God I didn't eat more fatty meats and stuff. Who knows what my numbers, how bad things would get. But Leslie's like, "You can't eat that much butter either." Yeah, I love butter. It's bad news. Yeah, health is wealth. The older you get, the more dangerous the game becomes. It sucks. Eating is a young man's hobby. Eating for pleasure, that is. Yeah, that's a young man's hobby. That ain't for no old men to do. Nope. Sucks. Yeah, I seen all that stuff in the store. Anytime I go in the grocery store, I was saying that the other day, they got Halloween cookies, they got Halloween cupcakes. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to bake some of those oatmeal cookies on the channel. I want to make a healthy version. I'm going to try to tweak the recipe, see what I can come up with. And I'll do some tests first, and then I'll film a bake-off of it and see if I can get the taste good. I'll give you guys the recipe for free when I get it perfected. Yeah, I love oatmeal cookies. Those are delicious. Oatmeal raisin cookies. Yeah, the ones I was saying yesterday, the ones at the grocery store, even the ones that are supposed to be baked at a bakery, like you're buying them like fresh baked, in other words. Man, way too sweet. They went crazy with it. They went totally crazy with it. I don't even want to eat those. Too much thing. It's sweeter than a lot of candies would be. Candy bars aren't even that sweet. Nah, they mess it up. So anyway, here's what's going on, guys. He cooked up that fatty breakfast, Oh, he had this water pressure device he was showing us this morning. And this is comical because I know how to MacGyver stuff. Yeah, this water thing, he's totally off track about this. It's this little device. This stuff is like for garden hoses. You put it on the spigot and then you attach your hose to it. Yeah, this RV basically runs off a garden hose. That's how it works. Same kind of crap, same thing. So he claims there's a water pressure reducer that you have to put on first. And then you put the hose on that and it goes to the RV. And he's blaming the original water pressure reducer. He's blaming all the troubles he had with the Forest River on that one reducer. Yeah. He says there's a leak under his sink. Water was coming in, I don't understand, on the bathroom floor or something. And it's because it's little plastic tubes in there for the plumbing. And this thing is leaking. And it's because the pressure was too high. Okay, first of all, the whole thing is ridiculous. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I can tell you that right now. Instead of repairing the problem, he's trying to he's worried about this pressure reducer thing. And he even said the shower pressure's not that good with the reducer. Yeah. You know what that is? That device is too tiny to have a reducer built into it, a real pressure reducer. It's too tiny. You need to have a diaphragm. It needs to be a bigger device. I'm not convinced. That thing he showed, I think if you hold it up to the light and look through it, that's what he should do. Because I saw it looked like it had a hole in the middle. I think all that is an orifice. It's just a hole to reduce the amount of water that flows in through the pipes. So when you shut off the valve, I think you're at full pressure no matter what. I bet you it doesn't leak a drop more if you don't have that device hooked up or you have one hooked on it. When the plumbing's off, that leak he has under the bathroom sink, I bet it's not going to make any difference because it's not really a true pressure reducer. I'm not sure why they have that. It's probably just something you do along the lines of saving water or conserving the water you use in the trailer. It's a joke. I don't think you even need it. I bet you can see right through that thing if you hold it up to the light. There's no diaphragm system in there. There's no pressure reducer. You would have to have a big thing with a spring, and usually you can adjust the pressure. Yeah, that device is something else. It's a water saver. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Nope. He'll have to listen to his friend, New York Dan. And what he should do is he should troubleshoot the water leak. Go under the sink with a flashlight, find out what's leaking under there. It's probably just a connector. And if you have to, shut the water off and take the thing apart. Why don't you just get a new piece of line and a new connector and put the damn thing, fix it right? It's probably PEX piping. They sell it right at Home Depot, those plastic lines. You might be able to get it right at the depot. Just measure the diameter of those plastic lines. You might need a caliper. You might be able to eyeball it with a ruler or a tape measure. You could buy a little bit of PEX at Home Depot and even bring a piece and compare it. Yeah, they have the connectors there. I bet you could just repair that thing. I could do it. Let's put it that way. I could repair that in no time. I know how to MacGyver it. But, so anyway, that's the nonsense going on over there in this morning video. The water pressure regulator, yeah. And he was talking that he cooked hot dogs in the microwave. That might have been his dinner or something he had. Because was this in the early video? Yeah. Hot dogs in the microwave. That sounds delicious. That's the worst way to cook them. You should at least boil them in water because that'll get some of all that salt and preservative out of it. Yeah. This stuff, I don't know about this carnivore, man. It's a lot of salty, fatty meat. I love hot dogs, don't get me wrong, but I purposely am not eating too much. And if I have a hot dog now, with the way, I'm worried about all the stuff, the salt, the fat, all that. If I do it now, I'm only going to eat one hot dog. I'm only going to have one. I'll put it in a piece of like bread, Wonder Bread, very low calorie with some relish, mustard, or sour. Well, even the sauerkraut's very salty. But the days of eating like too many hot dogs and stuff like that, that's over. That's in the past. Yeah, there's a great saying. This might apply to Sarasota Tim. Your future is in your past. Ouch. Yeah, that's messed up, right? Well, I can tell you what, if you don't take care of your diet, and if you don't take care of your body, if you don't eat the right stuff, if you don't take the right supplements, health is wealth. If you don't adhere to that and you're not going to take that seriously, or you do stuff that's unhealthy, that's where that saying's going to come to fruition, as Tim likes to say. It's going to come to fruition. Your future will be in your past. So, yeah, that's what he was up to there. And then he had the Eyes on Jesus, the riveting video, which I'll talk about that next. We'll cover that. There's some more cool stuff here some good points here. And before I forget, the whole point of filming it on this phone, I'm going to show you this evening what I've been up to. I've been under the gun because I got that trip coming up. And check this out. I got this little kit. I'm going to show you guys this in a separate video, but these wheels, look, it comes with a drill. We're going to have to drill it out and then put in these axles. A special system. I better put some Loctite on here too, because all I need is for this to come apart when I'm in the city. But these wheels are actually inline skate wheels. They have a ball bearing. You know the luggages that you pull, right? They cheaped out. They got cheap on you. That's what they did. They got cheap on you. Those luggages just have a plastic wheel with a friction axle. There's no bearing. This is a inline skate wheel. We're going to put these on the thing. It's ball bearing. This should roll great when I have to walk all the way from Penn Station to the cruise terminal. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. And by the way, when I went last year, I did the same thing in November. Someone told me they had taken a taxi from Penn, ended up costing $80 just to get to the cruise terminal. I'll show you guys what I've been up to right here. Hey everyone, it's New York Dan here. The lighting's terrible. There's some headlights for you. Yeah, I'm going in to work out at this Planet Fitness. I'm going to show you. I got this little black card right here. These little wallet cards, you remember they used to have those for the video stores like Blockbuster? We had another one called Hollywood Video. Yeah. I'll show you over here because there's something I want to tell you about this. Wow, it's still windy out from that nor'easter. At least it stopped raining today. The sun came out. So anyway, I'm over here at Planet Fitness. And right here, Green Lawn Farms, that's like a smaller grocery store. Yeah, this whole thing, once it gets to be nighttime, this is like abandoned here. That's where I get pizza. That was closing up the other night where I got that free slice. It's really quiet here at night. So anyway, my point being, this whole thing, Green Lawn Farms and Planet Fitness together, used to be Woolbaum's grocery store back in the day, in the 1980s. This whole thing was a huge grocery store. And in the corner there, it used to be a drugstore called Harmon Drugs. It's now some kind of a gym, a smaller gym in the corner that's higher end. Believe it or not, you wouldn't think that would work being right next to Planet Fitness. Yeah, it's funny how things keep changing. But that's what it used to be. It was a big deal. Woolbaum's grocery store. I'm driving tonight. I have the Mustang Rider. Yeah, I got to do some paint work on here. Some of my paint's chipping. Have to get my Rust-Oleum out. Got a few chips going on. I'm going to repaint this entire car with Rust-Oleum soon. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. At least it's not raining. It kind of feels like it might. Yup. I'm going to go in to Planet. Do me a workout. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll put this in the next segment. I'm working out, doing the crunches tonight. You know what? I had to wait a while for this machine. People must have seen my vid. Yeah, tonight there were like 2 guys using this machine. I had to ask the second guy, I'm like, when you're done, let me know. I'm trying to do it, trying to do the crunches, keep the ab, keep it flat. I'll show you where I'm at. I got it set. What am I at? 100? I'm doing 100. And this thing you can add on. That's like a 5-pound add-on. You can put it up. That's no pounds added on. That's 10 pounds. I'll step it up to 110. I started with the next level. What was that? I started at 115 with a 5-pound add-on, 120. But that's like tough. I don't want to like over stress. I want to do like the reps. That's what I'm trying to do. More reps, not like super stress it. So now I just put my hand up on the handle here. You put your elbows here, and this whole thing rotates and lifts the whole stack of. It lifts the stack of weights up and down. Get back to the reps. Make it happen. The thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dane. I never thought I'd be working out in the old Woolbaum's grocery store. People are buying at the deli counter here just a few years back. So this is the old, what's left of Woolbaum's, Green Lawn Farms they call it. And the whole thing, you can see it's already closed. I got my Walmart timepiece on. It's only 8:30 at night. You believe that? Hardly anything stays open around here. Just Planet Fitness. This shopping center is like desolate. During the day, it's more active. I saw one guy walking around the store. He's probably just locking it up. Even the pizza place closes early. I got there like at 9. It must have been before 9 o'clock last night. And they already had the lights like shut down. They were cleaning up. I got one, they gave me a free slice. I got 2 slices I paid for, which was nice of them. They were probably like, the slices were probably, hopefully they were fresh. They tasted good. It tasted pretty good actually. And yeah, it's an old Chrysler 300. I don't even think they make those anymore. They used to be, it was like a gangster car. Oh, it's getting windy out here. Stuff's blowing around. Man, can't get a break around these parts. Well, I'll be going on a cruise real soon. Be going to some warm weather, so I got nothing to complain about. There's always something to complain about, though. Even when you got... I shouldn't be complaining. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll see you back at headquarters. I'll merge this in, possibly. See you guys soon. So I'm back home, and I'm crafting up a salad. Yeah, check this out. The onion is back, guys. The raw red onion. I'm eating a ton of that. I got radishes. I cut those up. These are the turmeric slices. The turmeric's back. I'll show you what I got. This is fresh turmeric from Fiji. This is the best damn thing to eat. I love the taste of it, too. This stuff is really making a good salad. Look at what this turmeric looks like. You got to clean it up a little. Just cut it off. It's a world of difference between this and that powdered junk. And then, of course, for my drinks, I'm just cutting up lime, doing lime water with the Brita pitcher. Yup. Best damn thing. And I have some basil from Leslie's garden here. Been putting that when I had that pizza the other night. That was really good. All right, guys, hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan, the chef. He's making some good food here. This damn phone. I hope it doesn't Godzilla on me. So anyway, guys, yeah, I've been busy. A lot of stuff going on, trying to, get ready and stay in shape at the same time. Yeah, it's been crazy. I gotta focus. I gotta be careful how the time is. You know what the thing is when you're under pressure and you got like things to do? It's like the time speeds up. Yeah, it just is like evaporating. It goes by like that for me. You don't understand how fast the time goes for me. It's like since I filmed the video last night, my video from yesterday, it seems like it was like maybe like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, I took a half of melatonin last night. I just cut it in half, the gummy. This works great. That's amazing. The only problem is the reason I cut it in half, if I take a full one, I'll be like under sedation the whole next day. I won't get up. I'll sleep till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. Who knows? I'll be out of it. But the good part is, you know what that's for? It's for like sleeping during the early morning hours, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That helps you sleep well. Otherwise, you'll be up listening to Coast AM, right? Yeah, I put my radio on a little bit. But those are just the hour. That's when I have trouble sleeping, right when I should be sleeping. It's when I can't sleep. So, the second video, these aren't popular either. He puts on his preacher outfit, and he breaks out the devotional. Yeah, the Bible's too complicated for him to read. You got to break the devotional out. And yeah, he was preaching. Did he get the fire pit going when he did that? I think, yeah, he fired up his propane fire pit and he was talking his eyes on Jesus video. He got a cup of McAfee going. He was talking about, well, one of the things he mentioned, it's a pretty strict stuff, preaching punishment by God. Not everyone is going to make it to heaven. Yep, there's some concepts he was preaching there, which it's kind of a silly, in my opinion. This is going into a tricky territory with religion. Everyone's entitled to their version or their opinion of it, but like, if you think about the big picture, there's a lot of people that are in a bad spot, and it's not necessarily because of stuff they did. It's because it's kind of like they were born into it. It was the deck of cards they were dealt. Like, you have guys like Jeff Bezos that got real lucky, and in my opinion, he was probably born rich. When he started Amazon, his parents gave him what's in today's money would be $1 million to start the company. And he said, you might not see that money again. This is like a gamble. Yeah. So that tells you something. And that's an urban legend, like, oh, he started it in his garage. No. He rented like a warehouse, a real garage. Don't believe, I'm telling you, the cards are stacked. It's not what it seems. And that's why I'm like, there's some people that maybe they were born with limited intelligence. Maybe they can't function on a certain level. That's why what led them to being in a bad way. Maybe they stole stuff because they can't make money. Maybe they couldn't make much, they don't have the ability, in other words, to function. Is it their fault that they were born with a deficiency? Yeah, you got to wonder about this. Is it, and then other guys like Bezos could be like, oh, I give money to charity. Oh, I'm all good. Yeah, it's easy for someone in that spot with his luck to do that. But you got to wonder, a lot of the people that are criminals, or they go down the wrong path, unfortunately, it's because of their mental ability, most likely. Otherwise, they'd be able to make money and they wouldn't have to do that. It's, aside from Hollywood, what they make it out to be like, you have like Scarface, and you have these guys wearing a white suit, and they went into crime because they were greedy and things like that. No, you got to wonder, it's like the deck of cards people were given, and they have no control over that. Yeah, so that makes them bad, and then, oh, they're not going to make it. They're not going to heaven. Yeah, he was doing it. Well, I guess he's saying that you have to get right with God. You can do that before it's too late. But it's a tough one. We're going down a deep rabbit hole here, guys. I'm not sure where this is leading. Some philosophy. Yeah, this started with that video he did was pretty heavy. The Eyes on Jesus video, that got pretty heavy there. Well, now he said in that video, he's now riding the wave of success. And he said it wasn't always like that. He's had tough times, and he said he was dealing with some depression and hard times in the summer over the past 3 or 4 months, where he wasn't ready to travel. Yeah. I guess, well, he was getting stuff checked out, going to the doctor, doing procedures, trying to see where his health was at. So he's on the wave of success now. Let's put it that way. Oh, and he gave an example of a baby on an airplane. His one airplane flight he did. There's a baby. He wanted to compliment the mother that the baby was very well behaved. It wasn't that close to him. It was a few seats in the front. And yeah, he was amazed how good that baby was. When he got up closer, it turned out to be a Cabbage Patch doll. I don't know. But, and what does that have to do with his Eyes on Jesus video? That he did this. Man, I can't remember what the heck his point was. That the baby was a blessing or something along those lines. I don't even know now. But yeah, his video, that was, I don't agree with him on some of those tough stances. It doesn't make sense. From a scientific standpoint, if you think about the philosophy behind it, that doesn't make sense. Oh, he's saying that you'll be punished worse by God than punishment on the earth as a human could be. Yeah, like if you had, almost like a severe thing, like the death penalty or something like that. He's like, "Go, you wait, God's punishment is even worse." So, man, that thing was getting really bad. It was getting really deep. Yeah, I don't think that that's true. It doesn't make sense that you have someone. I mean, if God's that extreme, it gets to a point where you could say that Hitler could be God. He could be like that. And because he's the Almighty, that makes it okay. I don't know. That concept, there's some problems with some of the stuff he was talking about. Yup. And there was something else. The Almighty. He was like, oh, and he was giving the example, like, what if you have a baby that's sick? There's terrible things. And it's like, how can God let that happen? And he was saying, he created it. You can't tell him what to create. It was his creation. Yeah. You don't tell a creator what to make, whether to make an ashtray or a vase. That was his example. It's his creation. I don't know about this stuff, guys. I think the problem is that there are a lot of mistakes are made, and when a baby evolves, a lot of it's programming, it's genetics. Unfortunately it's scary. Like, if you're dealt a bad deck of cards, I mean, that's how there's a lot of people that are passing away, and they might, how much different did they really live that would cause that? Might not have been their fault. It's a bad deck of cards. It's the same concept to be had. It's more science, I think, than God. I mean, he might have put the wheels in motion, getting this stuff going, but then a lot of it's on autopilot. That's what I think. And yesterday, I saw on the world news, actually, speaking of which, this guy called D'Angelo. You guys probably saw it if you follow the news. D'Angelo, he was a musician, notable musician. He passed away, and he was only 51. He had pancreatic cancer. That's what did it. He was battling that. And here the guy was very talented. You could be the most talented person, have the most intellect and ability, but you a bad deck of cards, some programming wasn't right. You imagine that? The poor guy, he passed away. As genius as he was with music, something not right in the programming. D'Angelo, he did, I I got to look up more about the music he did. It may have been like rhythm and blues, some kind of like soul music. Yeah. He passed away at 51. That's younger than New York Dan. Believe it or not. He passed away. Some of the stuff you can't, I don't think you can do much about that. You know, if you have, the programming isn't right. Yeah, genetics and stuff like that. It bites. You know, is it God's fault? It's probably not. He might be overlooking things, but is he really like in control of everything? You know, I think it's on autopilot. He steps in from time to time. He'll step in. We're going down a rabbit hole here, guys. Yeah. We gotta ride the wave of success like Sarasota Tim. That's what I think. Let's get off on the right start. Get a good start today on the right step for Thursday. Yup. All right, guys. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good one today. Make the most of it. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan, with some philosophy and preaching. So I'm not preaching. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you some philosophy or insight. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. Hope you have a good one. We got some lime water here. Hopefully I'll sleep well tonight. Probably really well. Got to catch up. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what vids Tim puts out. I was perusing the vids. Not much going on. Grifters. There wasn't much out by him. I think he put out one trashing blind views as usual. What else was going on? Anyone else have vids out? Miss Vicky might have had a vid out. I saw something pop up. But we'll see tomorrow. We'll see what's going on, how it's going. And I'm going to try to get out and actually do stuff outdoors tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Things finally dried out after that nor'easter storm. I got a bunch of stuff to take care of. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Hope everyone has a good one. This is New York Dan, your friend. Over and out.